There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is Ghostbox.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Ghostbox Live. Happy Sunday. My name is Greg Bach, and thank you very much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you all taking the time and joining in, and we're going to do Spirit Box communication tonight. We're going to see who can come through for us. Obviously, that's something that we're very want to make very sure of, I guess. And, the first thing I'm going to ask, and some of you already said that you're doing this, so I appreciate it. Please share out this video. We're hoping to get more people to join in with their intention, at least, so that we can have people let us know what they want us to reach out to somebody, or if they just want to watch and send their good intention to us. That would be very appreciative. I would like that quite a bit. So if you could do that, and I know that a few of you already have, so thank you very much, those who have said that you've done it, like Robin and Annette. Thank you all so very much for doing so. I'm also curious, if you are watching from my personal profile page, can you let me know? Because on Tuesday, last Sunday when I did this, there was no comments in my personal profile page. But then Tuesday, there was tons of comments. So I'm just a little confused if it's coming through or not. But whatever. We'll it seems like it changes every week. So a couple things I need to do real fast. Just going to change some settings on my phone to make sure that my speaker doesn't accidentally make the speaker for my Spirit Box not work, all that stuff. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. A couple of things that we wanted to talk about real fast. Yes, we had Nicholas Harper on this afternoon for Ghostbox Radio, and he is the owner, he's an artist, and he's also the owner of Rogue Buddha Gallery in Northeast Minneapolis. And if you have the opportunity to check out his website, roguebuddha.com, you'll see just the type of art that he does, which is so unique and so beautiful and haunting, really. And he's just a nice guy. And I went to grade school with him. When we first met, we didn't realize we went to the same grade school, but that's what we did. We definitely went to grade school together, and it was really it's cool. He's a good guy, a nice person. So, we're going to be doing a living paranormal from his gallery at some point. We just got to figure out when that is. And then we're going to be starting up that machine again of living paranormal. For those who may not remember, those are the live paranormal investigation streams that we do. And so just finding locations to do it at, and you know how it goes. That's what it's all about. So next week on Ghostbox Radio, Shar is going to be stepping in for me, and she is going to be talking with Renee Evans, who's a natural nurse, part of Natural Nurse Solutions. She's also a psychic medium. And so I'm actually going to be at a convention next week talking about paranormal and Doctor Who and all that good stuff. So Shar has kindly agreed to step in and take over. So that's always good. And so I'm looking forward to that. She's looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a great show. As it happens, I'm just going to say the 22nd is my birthday, so I'm not going to be on. Also, Sunday night I will not be on, mainly because I'm still at that convention, and it's not a haunted location. So I'm not going to. I mean, not that we really need that, but it's not going to work out for me to do a Spirit Box session from there. So we'll next Sunday you're not going to see me at all. Try to cope, right? I know. Good luck with that. Something else I wanted to talk about real fast is on Tuesday for Charvinity. I'm going to be on there as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about manifesting. We're talking about manifesting for positive 2023. we did a radio show on this for January 1st for Ghostbox Radio. Somehow, inadvertently, only the first and last segments aired because we pre-recorded because the station was closed on the holiday. We pre-recorded, and the only the first and last segment aired, and then the rest of the hour was dead air. It happens. It's just too bad because it was really good. It is available to listen to on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. Go to am950radio.com and restream it there. I mean, it is available to listen to, and I think it's very good. We were very happy with what we came up with. But then we also decided that we wanted to do a version of this where we did the same conversation, but open it up for people that had questions, that wanted to talk about it. And so at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the 17th, we are going to be having a special Charvinity that, and I think we have about an hour and a half with the networks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because I think things had given Char an hour and a half slot. I'll double check with Jeremy on that. But we wanted to just make sure that we had it available. So I'm going to be on Charvinity this Tuesday night. I'm also going to be doing experimental sessions. And I don't know, a name came to me that I wanted to reach out to, and we're going to see what we can do. Do you want to see who I want to try to reach out to on Tuesday? See if you all know who this is. Okay, here we go. Do you all know who that is? That is Jackie Gleason. We are going to be, I just think he's such a personality that I would like to reach out to him. And I'd like to see if we can get him on Tuesday. And we'll go from there. I think it'll be an interesting experiment because that's what these are, experimental sessions. It is an experiment. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, totally great actor. To be honest, I mean, I've been watching a lot of stuff on Pluto lately, the streaming service, and they have a Johnny Carson channel. And there was an episode from 1985. I think the only time that he was on the Tonight Show, Jackie Gleason, and it's just like, I'd love to just see if he would come through. So that's what I'm thinking. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. Right? I mean, you can't mistake his voice. You can't mistake his demeanor. And remember, folks, he was somebody who was really into UFOs. I don't know if you all know this, but he was really into UFOs. There's a story, and I'll tell it again on Tuesday, but a story that's never been qualified, but he says that a car picked him up, and in the car, just a regular car, it was President Richard Nixon, president at that point. And he brought him to a location and showed him all sorts of stuff about UFOs. So there's a lot to talk about. And I'm excited to give it a shot, and we can see what happens. So we got that. And yes, he started playing pool and hustling people at the age of 9. So, I mean, I've always been fascinated by Jackie Gleason. I've always been fascinated by him. And so I'm just kind of like thinking, well, let's see what happens. Maybe we can get him to say how sweet it is, and I mean, right? I mean, he's such a personality. He's bigger than life. Let's see if that's the case. So that's what I'm thinking for Tuesday night. So Tuesday at 7, Charvinity with myself and her talking about manifesting. And then Tuesday at 10 p.m., we're going to do experimental sessions. and we'll have on Jackie Gleason. We'll try for Jackie Gleason, right? We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, over yonder, the same setup as always. I just switched out the Ovilus from the 5 to the 4. What we have on there so far is at the very low end, the letter B, okay? Then the word there, THERE. And this last one is tweak, TWEAK, tweak. That's what we have going on. I did not put the board back because I really liked the fact, I mean, where the shadow is on the bell tonight. I think once again, it will be very telling if it's moving. So I think that's what I think that's going to be good. And then we have everything else as usual tonight. We have our REM, and we have two REMs. We have this one that has never gone off for me for any sort of paranormal investigation. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean anything wrong. I think it's just a little bit more difficult to get it to go off. Flashlight, Ovilus, cracked skull, paranormal, yes and no boxes. So the usual stuff tonight, minus any board. We're going to try that again. I thought it worked really well, actually, not having a board. So I just thought it worked out really well. Anthony, I'm not quite sure. Ask about Bunker. You mean like Archie Bunker? I'm not, and I legitimately don't know what you mean by that. So let me know, please. And let's see, anything I'm forgetting about, anything that's really interesting. Just looking through copious notes. I don't think so. I think that there's a lot happening, and I've been invited to a couple conventions this year, which I need to put out and start letting people know. I'm actually partially too this weekend. I'm going to be at Console Room, which is a Doctor Who convention, and what's going on there is I'm talking about paranormal. I'm talking about Doctor Who, British television. All the usual stuff that I talk about. It's a lot of fun out there, but it is definitely it's kind of different because not everyone understands why there's a paranormal person talking about paranormal at a Doctor Who convention, and we just want to make sure that oh shoot, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Why don't we do well? Greg, I'll have it on Tuesday. I actually meant to go grab it. It's right over there. The reason why I'm not grabbing it right now is because I'll set it down. It will move for a great period of time. So I think, thank you for the reminder. I'm really annoyed that I forgot. I meant to do that. I apologize, folks. Well, I think I showed it a long time ago to everybody, but when I was at the Anderson House in Wabasha, Minnesota, we did an event out there for Parafriends, and Greg came out, which was great to see Greg in person. And Greg brought me a gift, and it was a pendulum in a bottle, which is something that him and I talked about this last week, because he's just like, why don't you have that out there? And it's a very valid question, because it's a really good idea to have it out on the table. And what we would do is we would put it right in the middle. We'd probably move the Ovilus, take out maybe one of the REMs, and just like the bell, we would have it so that it's sitting still, so we'll be able to see if it moves or not. And I told Greg that I would have it out Sunday, and I see it over there. And there was a couple times like, okay, I'm going to go out there and get it, and then other things kind of got in my peripheral. So I'm bummed by that, and I thank you for the reminder. That really bums me out that I didn't do it. I just feel like if I put it out there now, it's going to take a while for it to calm down. So yeah, Annette, it's really cool actually. So it's something that we're going to definitely do. I need to write a note. I need to write a note for Tuesday. maybe because Greg, I don't know if you got on here when I explained who I'm going to try to get for experimental sessions on Tuesday, and it's going to be this gentleman. This is what I decided we're going to try to do, and you know, it's really cool. And you know, it's funny because I was thinking to myself when I was putting this out here. This is how my memory's been kind of fried. I have a lot of stuff to try to get done before this convention, and I thought, boy, it'd be nice to have something different out here, and it totally spaced my mind. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have it out there. Good grief, huh? Um, Now, a couple questions. Let's see. I don't know if it's really a question. The bell was so weird this past Tuesday with the way you couldn't really tell it was moving, but the shadow was moving like crazy. It was weird. It was weird. And Brad, I still have it on here. I might just send it directly to you, the audio from Tuesday, so that you can have a you know a sift, see if there's anything that comes through on there. How did Linus act after Tuesday's session? I personally believe I was talking with somebody, and I believe because she was asking me how things are over there after the session. It was what about 11:30, and she's just like, "Well, what's going on over there? How's the session?" And I could just feel. I believe that Lizbeth was still here, and I thought Lizbeth was here for a while actually that night. A couple times Linus just got up and ran. I mean, we can't qualify. I mean, we can't be like for certain that's who it was. I mean, cats just get up and run, but you know, I don't really see Linus doing that, so I'm not sure. You know, it just you kind of spooked throughout the night a little bit. So yeah, I mean, Brad took that section of the live with Linus being, which I believe Linus was touched when I was holding him, and it was really apparent that he didn't like what was happening to him. And you've all seen me pick him up 100 times and hold him that way, and I just don't think it was me. I really don't. I mean, can we rule it out? No, we can't. I don't want to be like, oh, absolutely spirit, but I've never seen him act that way before. That's where I'm coming from with that. So, you know, uh, I don't know about that, but she certainly was uh, definitely was interested in Linus. That's for sure. Yeah, take a look. Maybe what I'll do is I can because Brad grabbed that for me, and maybe I'll just post that since he kindly took that and grabbed it. So it was really pretty cool. And don't forget, folks, as always, please, if you haven't already, please do us a solid and go and like Crack Skull Paranormal, because he does great work and he's a good person, loves paranormal. We're all, you know, people who are on it for the right reason. Also, before we get going, and yes, it was just around the time that I said I'd like to, would you like to pet him? And he just kind of like, whoop, nope. Also, we had a really good session on Wednesday with Mr. Koss on Metamorphosis Connections. We had some very, if you have a chance, if you didn't watch it Wednesday, definitely go and see if you can find it and check it out because it was really interesting to see. Like we don't know what we're saying. You know, obviously Greg and I don't know what we're saying, and we get off. We take off our headsets and stuff, and it was like everyone was like, oh my god," and we listened to the responses like from what they recorded, and it was just like, yeah. So definitely check that out if you have a chance. It was really cool. Regarding Linus again, the way his head jerked up was very telling. Annette felt the same way. It was like weird, and that's always. I mean, I do not think. Yes, and Anne Marie was there. Anne Marie was definitely there. I do not think she meant Linus any harm whatsoever, but that is a consideration going forward. This is the first time that Linus has ever been affected in any way by spirit, and it's my he is my responsibility. So I got to be a little bit careful about that. So I knew that she loved her dogs. I thought, well, let's pick up Linus. I know he's not a dog, but he kind of looks like it once in a while. Um, Metaphysical Crossing on Shadowhunters Paranormal Investigation and Events page. So um, definitely, please go check that out, and then check it out when he does it weekly. I'm part of the rotation of a larger group of people, so I have a feeling that Greg gets different types of responses every single week by going through this rotation. So very cool stuff. Yeah, Linus is a new piece of paranormal equipment, isn't he? Um, and then Anita is here, and that reminded me of something. This week, I'd asked if I posted, um, that I posted that if anyone's ever helped me, or sorry, if I've helped anybody. This has been a long weekend. If I've helped anybody in the paranormal, can you please message me, email me, let me know what it was, because I needed it for something, and I don't want people to think like that anything was wrong. And it was more of just a question because I'm working on a project that I might need some references for, and I also all I was really trying to do is get some references. There certainly wasn't anything wrong, anything bad. I wasn't in any sort of, sadness or anything like that. It was really just a straightforward response. And a number of you have responded, and I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And I will be responding to all of you. But that I just want to make sure, because I know Anita, she reached out to like, is everything okay? And I didn't see the message right away. So she's just like, well, if you're okay, then just want to make sure. And I just wanted to be clear that nothing's wrong. Okay, so thank you for your concerns. And that's the kind of the state things are. I think is like people are often like, I'm down, I'm this, I'm that, and you get a lot of like that wasn't my intention. So that's where I'm coming from. Well, likewise, very much so. Marcus, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Don, I'm sorry I haven't responded yet. I will do so. May not be till tomorrow. And Mr. Koss, I might be taking you up on that. So let's talk Spirit Box. Right now, we've talked about everything that we have going on over there. We have, like I said, we have a couple REMs. We have an Ovilus. We have yes/no boxes. We have flashlight. Flashlight went off prior to the start of this live, and I'm not sure. We'll see if because I had to kind of turn it off. Thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that very much. I forgot to call you. I'm so sorry. Things got kind of crazy, so I do apologize, Marcus. Let me know if there's a time I may call you again. It's been kind of a crazy day today. Sundays are kind of tough with the two lives, with the radio show and then this, and then trying not to like fall asleep between the two. And during that, I'm working on my presentations for Console Room on this weekend. And then I have a number of appearances on shows coming up. And then April, I have a convention. July, I have a convention. I might have two in July. And then September, I have a convention I'm appearing at. So that's what it is. So enough about me. We can do some protection here real fast. And yeah, Bruce, Console Room. We'll be talking. I think you're on the panel with me about the 5 doctors, aren't you? Got a number of people here I'm not familiar with. Thank you for joining me. We're going to do you're all probably wondering, is he doing Spirit Box tonight? Yes, I am. I am. I like to talk though. Um, well, if you use it for anything, crop out the garbage in the back. I mean, a name I don't mention very often, but Ane used to always be like, "You got to clean that table behind there because it's such a mess." And I'm just like, "Yeah, it is, it is," and that's a long story why everything around here is a bit of a mess. But that is going to be cleaned up. That's all spirited communication, right? That red box and those cardboard box, that's all spirit stuff, clearly, right? Uh, let's see here. Sent here by Marcus. Well, thank you, Marcus, and thank you, Emmy, for showing up. Really appreciate it. Put a sheet over it. Then people might think it's a ghost, Pam. That's the problem. I don't want people to think that. Honestly, I never thought of putting everything on at once a table. Well, and the whole point of it is to see if what stuff goes off, and we've had some amazing responses over here. And what we're going to be looking at tonight, and what we were very blessed with on Tuesday night when we did experimental sessions, to the left of your screen, we have um, we have the bell right there. And Tuesday night, the bell was moving. And so when we were trying to talk with Lizzie Borden, which I believe we got, and just a quick summary of that, we were we were trying to reach Lizzie Borden, who goes by Lizbeth, and Brad is like, the bell is moving. He could see it, and it was like this, not like full screen. So whenever someone says the bell's moving, I'm going to put it full screen, and I couldn't see the bell move, but what I saw move was the shadow. You see the shadow of the bell? That was what was moving, and it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. So we watched that for quite some time. Hey there, thank you for joining me. You guys had a big show tonight. Yeah, go check out what Pac-Man Paranormal did tonight for their show. It was pretty incredible. So we had a really interesting night, and we just got so much happening. And then, of course, the stuff with Linus, who was touched while I was holding him and freaked the f out. And but he didn't run. He just was like, he just acknowledged a touch. And let's do this here real fast. Let's waste more of your time, okay? Let's see if I can do this quickly and efficiently. So you know I'm not going to be able to do this. But let's see here. Nope. Let's try one more time, real fast here. Why don't we do it this way? I'm going to try this, folks. This is what happened. This is what happened on Tuesday with Linus, okay? So check this out. And let's do this. You see that? Look at him. He has not done that before. One more time. So there is audio. It's just that I think I had to unmute Facebook because I'm actually running it through Facebook, and doing so, then I would start to echo. So yeah, it was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting time. Um, it was really interesting. It was really something. And then when I was still running the box, he was sitting over yonder, and he got up and ran all of a sudden. He's not down here tonight. I don't know where he is. I think he's back upstairs. I tried to shake some food for him. He hasn't come back down. Um, so it was really interesting. And it does. He's not happy about something for sure, and it's not, for once it's not me. So yeah, it was a very interesting night, and thank you, Brad, for grabbing that for me. Let's talk to spirit. Tonight, Sunday nights, for those who don't uh, know what I do, Sunday nights we leave to trying to reach out to loved ones. Um, so if there's a loved one you want me to try to reach out to, will, or anyone who wants to come to the box, all we ask for is spirits of love and light. Once again, for some of you who are just joining me Tuesday on experimental sessions, Tuesday night at 10, we're going to reach out to Jackie Gleason. We're going to try to, at least. But we'll talk more about that. And then we're going to also, earlier in the day, Shar and I are going to be talking about manifesting on Sharvinity. So nothing but good stuff coming our way. So we have that. Let's do some protection real fast. I like to do protection for those who want to have protection when we're talking to spirit. You do not have to take part. But for those of you who do, I think it's always a nice way when we open up this circle of communication. So just remember, it all starts here with your heart. And I asked that before we get the protection going, that the intention tonight is that we want to reach out to our loved ones. Anybody who, loved ones who know that your family are watching us tonight, you're watching this, you know your family is watching us, this is your chance to talk to us. You have my permission to use me as the conduit, to come through and talk through this device. We want to hear your voice. You can also talk to us on any of the equipment over here if you like, but please know that we only want to speak to spirits of love and light or love and above. Even if you're a relative and you do not feel like you fall into that realm, then we do not want to hear from you. And so this is the night we want to hear from our loved ones. Also, if my friends out here, if you want to talk with a loved one, let me know who it is, and we will do so. We will do our best. Never guarantee a response, but we'll do our very best. Also, if we reach out to Uncle Frank, and for you, and Uncle Frank doesn't come through, and you don't be like, well, he never liked me anyway. It's not that. Don't think it's that, okay? But we have a white light, okay? And it emanates right here in your heart chakra. And that white light is your guardian angel, loved ones, could be everything, could be one and the same. And just imagine that love is emanating, and that white light that starts here starts to grow and grow and grow and grow. And what's going to happen is that you're going to get basically armor that covers you. That's your protection. Your loved ones, your guardian angels, those are your protection. You might even feel some energy coming through right now, and that's okay. And if you don't feel any energy, that's okay too. Everyone reacts to things differently. So just know that, spirits are here. They may not want to talk to us through these devices, but that's not what we're trying to do. We want them to come through. We want to hear from them. You take that energy and you push it out. You push it out to both, my walls. I just want to include everyone in this house be protected, especially the ones who are not taking part in this. You know what I mean? So we're going to do our very best and do this. Okay. Boy, I've been blabbing and more people are coming through and talking. Let's see here real fast. Shannon, we can certainly try. Can you let me know who Bill is, please? Well. You know what? That picture is over there with the spirit bottle for Greg. I moved a lot of stuff around, and something told me I need to have that picture over here. tonight, and I did not listen to my instinct. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you will Tuesday. It's actually very good to see you. Happy anniversary to you too, also. Very cool. Um, very cool. Well, and we did a radio episode and for my radio show, which was great. And then the station, because they were closed that day, they only aired like one or two segments, and the rest of the night was dead air. So clearly shows I have no pull at that station. If you could provide me, pick one, please. Pick one that you want to try, and let me know their name, please. Okay, and we'll kind of go from there. Let's see here. All right. All right. What do we got going on here? Let's start her up. It might be loud.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. That could be radio, but still, welcome back. Let's start this up. It's nice to be back. Look at you. Female, look at you. I'm sure it feels that way. Another night, you all joined in the Red Yeti and not inviting me. So, we got welcome back. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. And then a woman says, look at you. Who's here with us tonight? Ooh, I'll go with that. Wow, they actually put your name on the stage. What a country. Not tonight. We took it off for Lizzie. Lizzie didn't want it. Greg's all business tonight. He's keeping the show on the road here. All right, let's Garrett.
There's no cop.
Just going through comments. Is there anyone here you want to talk to tonight? Anybody watching you want to talk to? All right, let's see here. I'm going through comments. Remember, one at a time, folks. Taking those spirits. Is Lisbeth still here? did you all go? All right, let's start here. Sally, my mother-in-law, usually comes through. Does Sally come through the equipment? I'm trying to remember. Sally, your daughter-in-law would love to hear from you. Can you say her name for us, please? Sally, can you say your daughter-in-law's name for us, please, so that we know that you're here? What was that? You know, Sally, if you could turn on one of the devices over here, that would be really helpful. I mean, your daughter-in-law Lynette just wants to hear from you. Okay. Is something like you can ask her? Did anyone else hear that? Female, you can ask her. Who's that? You can ask her. Then who's that? Nothing new over there. Lynette, is there anything I should be asking? Asking you? What should I be asking Lynette? Sally, can you say your son's name? That wasn't a woman. That wasn't the way to pronounce it. But I thought I heard Davad. Did anyone else hear Davad? You, right? Davad. Are you playing with us? It's a joke. Did you hear that? It's a joke. Like Davad, and then it's like, it's a joke. That's cool. Thank you. Now, as your parting gift, you can make one of these go off for me, please. Oh, come on. You got to make something go off for me, please. There's so much to play with. Hi, what? Or I'm something? Okay, folks, this is going to be me. Can you do this? Can you do that for me, please? When you're saying you're here, are you here with me? Talk about my house, there's a lot of crap in it. I accidentally just touched the recorder, tagging it. Going through comments. Can you give us a name of somebody watching tonight, please? A lot of people tonight. Absolutely. Thank you, Sally.
Thanks.
Now, Doug, on behalf of Annette, you've done this for us before. You make that bell move for us. Let us know that you're here. Can you make that bell move for us, please? Are you going to sway it back and forth for us, please? It's weird because it looks like it's moving, but I don't think it is. If it is, not very quickly, which is fine. Doug, are you moving the bell right now? It does kind of look like it. Hey, Bridget. See, It's interesting, Brad, because to me it's actually looking like it's moving on screen. The shadow isn't moving for me. Difference in weight? That's what it said, difference in weight. And because I'm looking over at it, and it kind of actually looks like it's moving a little bit when I do it this way. Hey, Sarah. Doug, thank you for moving the bell. Can you say hi to us on this device? So no hi from Doug tonight? Can you say hi to Annette? Brad heard Doug's name. Did you hear him say hey? Do I have one of my cats here? He died? Who are you talking about? Patient served. We're getting a lot tonight. And I thought I heard Dave, which when I asked is one of my cats here, Dave was the name of one of my cats. A rag doll that looked very similar to Linus, except he was black and white, not gray and white. Davey, are you here? Sarah, you tell me. Tell me who you think it is, and we'll see if we can get it confirmed on the Spirit Box. Dave, if you're here, can you let us know? Can you jump up on the table over here and make something go off? What do you say, buddy? Personal. Too personal to jump up on the table for me? Oh, I didn't realize you're down here. Come on. All right. For those of you that are new, this is Linus. Can you say Linus' name for us, please? Oh, you got freaked out last time. Did the box just say meow? Wanna say goodbye Hi to everybody. So this is Linus. He's the co-host. I thought you were upstairs. What is that? Say a hug. Say a hug. Is there a mic here? I thought someone said meow on the box. Is there a mic here? Can you identify yourself, please? Or turn something on over here for us? Now, Sarah, as you know, if I'm not getting Mike, doesn't mean that there isn't one here, right? So maybe Mike doesn't want to talk to me. So much coming through. Bernice, Valerie is who? And we can try again for him as well. We can ask. Before we do that, Annette, bless you. You bring up Betty White a couple of times. Maybe one of these times we'll see if we can get her. There's a lot of stuff coming through. Betty White, are you here? Thank you for being my friend or a friend. Linus, is Betty White here? I'll do my best. Sarah from Waverly Hills. I just got energy. You can't do that. Did you hear that? You can't do that. Sarah, I'm asking on behalf of Denise and Ernie Pack that you could you please let us know you're here? It's their anniversary. Sarah, may I hear your voice, please? Sound like we got Linda's name come through. Now, Sarah, I haven't heard your voice on here in a while.
Yep.
Yep. So I said, yep. That's right, you haven't. I think it'd be a great anniversary gift for Denise and Ernie to hear your voice. I don't know. I'm feeling the energy. I feel like I'm getting, like, since we started talking about her, I feel like there's more energy happening in here.
What do you want?
Sound like some guy just said, "The hell you want?" Sarah, I hope you know that I'm not trying to exploit you. I just want to hear your voice. That's all. And if we don't hear it tonight, that's fine. We'll ask again. Denise says you're being sassy. Are you being sassy? Meanwhile, Net's reading books about Betty White. You're calmer tonight, aren't you? Yeah, but I hope she was never gifted a photograph. It's unspeakable. So we're going to wait on Sarah. We got Doug. We may have got Sally. Cousin Valerie for Bernice. I got holy water if you want me to send some your way. I keep it in the attic so you never age. Come on. You hear, woman? Come on. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. On behalf of Crystal, lots going on here tonight. Valerie, are you the one that told me to come on? Who told me to come on? Like, get a move on. Can I have your name, please? I'm just curious to know who you are.
Awesome.
Let me ask this. Valerie, are you here? Thing is, I feel like Sarah's here. I really do. And every time I mention her, I feel it. I feel it more. Sarah, are you here? Now, Sarah, Brad had said that his foot finally healed since he's been to Waverly last, and it was you that pointed it out to him. Do you remember that? And of course, you were the one who thrusted these two people together in holy matrimony, eventually. Denise? Yeah, exactly. I think that sums it up perfectly, quite frankly. It sounds like the box is screaming, is what that sounded like to me, like self-destructing. I don't think that's a coincidence. So what was that? Isn't that something? Sarah, can you help me with something tonight? I want to cross over some spirits. And I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind helping me do so. Because I think that is something that I really like to do. Okay. Are there any spirits that want to cross tonight? You don't have to. Are there some that need some help? Look at that. Look at that. REM pod's going off. REM pod's going off. When I asked if any spirits want to cross tonight, REM pod just went off. It took me a second because I couldn't hear it over the box. Can you do that again for us, please? You wanted to cross? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Holy cow. That took me by surprise. We can help you. Or was that Sarah saying that she'd help us? We got an angelic number, folks. Thank you for making the REM pod go off. At the risk of sounding greedy, can you do it again for us? Can you do that again for me, please? We're going to do this, aren't we? So everybody, I want your intention, not your energy. Sarah, if you can help me, I would greatly appreciate it. Feels good. Feels good, doesn't it? I'm going to open up some light, okay? From that light, there is a path that's also in light. I'm asking, not horrible. You know, every time I do this and shut my eyes, it gets brighter in here. And I want to open my eyes, but I don't want to open my eyes. It's going off again. It's going off again. All right. I'm trying to concentrate here. Go to the light, please. if you need to cross, if you're not ready to cross, then don't do it. But if you need to cross, there's nothing there that's going to judge you or harm you. Do you see the light? I think so. One said, I think so. Walk towards it. Run towards it. Just go there. You'll be taken care of, okay? Yeah, you can. I love it. Did you cross? Can you answer me, please? Awesome. Awesome. All right. I hope you all were able to go where you need to go, okay? I'm going to shut this session down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, before I lose you all, let's close the circle. This session is closed. If you are just visiting, you are not allowed to communicate with any of us until we open the circle again, unless you are a loved one, a family member, a friend. But if you have just been coming through, please know that we will open this circle again. We do some nice tricks around here. So that being said, just a reminder to everybody, Tuesday we have a couple things coming up. First of all, Charvinity is not going to be one question readings on Tuesday night. It's going to be her and I talking about manifesting a positive new year. Okay. So please join in for that. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And this is where you can ask questions to Char. We're going to have a conversation about it, but we want you to join in as well. And of course, Tuesday night, we're going to be doing experimental sessions. And the person we're going to be attempting to reach out to on Tuesday night is Jackie Gleason. We're going to try that and see if we can get the great one to come through, which would be really, really cool. So we're going to try that. And then, of course, this coming Sunday on Ghostbox Radio, Char will be stepping in to guest host. Ooh, what did the Ovilus say? Has not spoken. It has not spoken all night. Until before it did, but not when I did the live. Flow. Flow. I'm reading into things, okay? I know it. But flow to me, FLOW, feels like a Jackie Gleason thing. I don't know. It just, that's kind of like, the way he would dance and stuff, the flow. Like I said, I'm reading into things. Ghostbox Radio, Renee Evans is going to be guest, and Char is going to be guest hosting. I will not be on Sunday because I will be speaking at a convention, and I will not be on next Sunday night. So that is the plan. And thank you, Ernie, for this uncharacteristic kindness. So we think that too. Yeah, come on Tuesday, and if you can, it'd be great to see both you and Denise on there. And I'll need to mail myself down to Louisville some point to go to Red Yeti and enjoy the benefits of good steak. Love good steak. Everyone, let's see, is there anything I'm missing? If you need to get a hold of me for any reason, if you're not, if you're not, that's okay. We'll get you back again. It was a great, it was a good night. I think it was a good night. And cool. I've started working again too. I don't really like it. No, it's fine. I'm blessed actually with what I'm doing. I would love to. I need to. I've been saying this for a year. So I need to make the time and do so. I'd love to come down. Anything else I'm missing? If you need to get a hold of me for any reason, especially for any of this, whatever, just send me a friend request if you haven't already, and we can talk about anything you need. Bradley says you can go down, get steaks, and help Ernie put sweaters on the goats. Okay. Thanks. Good night, all. I'm tired. I have to make a salad for lunch tomorrow. And what's worse is I have to clean out the salad container from the salad I didn't eat last week first, and I'm not really looking forward to that part of it. So I'm going to go do that now. Everybody, I think we had a good night. I hope you all think so too. And if you need to get a hold of me, please do so. Thank you all so very much for everything. Thank you for your support and friendship. It's a good night. I've been enjoying doing these because it's been a while. So with that being said, everyone have a great week. For those of you who want to tune in on Tuesday, please do. It's a night of Greg. That's either going to make you want to tune in or make you want to run from the internet. And I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone, and have a great night.